Good morning again, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I want to describe an idea that isn't brand new, but a lot of people are still unfamiliar with it, and that's called earning power. Earning power used to be kind of a catchphrase back in the 90s and maybe even the late 80s, I'm not sure, but earning power is someone's, capability to make money, not so much the money that they have in assets or liquid assets. It's the ability to generate revenue, and otherwise known as skills, skills and experience. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, obviously, like, health and age and energy and your overall picture of earning power, all that stuff. It kind of makes sense, I guess. So why is it important? And what is the difference between earning power and having assets? Well, it's actually a big deal. The difference is pretty huge. And it's the difference between, say, buying a soup and having the recipe for it. It's a very good analogy, I think. You can buy a soup and feed yourself for a day. And that's different than buying a recipe or writing down, creating a recipe for something that works. Because while that's not the soup itself, it can potentially create soup, and a good kind that you know about consistently. So in conclusion, the last idea I want to share about this subject is that you can bring it with you, so to speak. Have you heard that one? People sometimes try to find the formula or the engine behind a process or situation. They try to find the lowest point of energy, and there's a lot of ways to describe some kind of simplification or reduction of a person or situation, but bringing it with you means that it hasn't necessarily manifested, but it can at will. You ever heard of Michael Jordan in his heyday was able to score at will? It was kind of funny, but it was true. It was true. There are athletes who can do this. And I mean, they make mistakes, of course, they miss occasionally, but many of these athletes, including Michael Jordan especially, in his heyday could score at will. It was pretty amazing. So bringing it with you is a big deal, and you don't necessarily have to have a suitcase full of cash if you're able to willy-nilly just create one out of thin air. Of course, you have to have a planet to do that, right? Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.